A six-figure income doesn't make you wealthy. It just hides the damage long enough for it to grow. High income doesn't fix bad money behavior. It hides it until interest takes control. And sometimes, it makes the damage worse. By the end of this story, you'll see how someone earning $150,000 a year can still live paycheck to paycheck, why lifestyle creep eats high earners alive, and the exact turning point that separates people who look rich from people who actually build wealth. If you earn good money and still feel pressure, this story isn't entertainment. It's a warning. Because pressure isn't supposed to live where six figures do. It isn't supposed to follow you home after long workdays or sit quietly in your chest while you check your balance before going to bed. Yet for many high earners, it does. Not loudly, not dramatically, just enough to remind you that something isn't lining up the way it should. Meet Ethan Parker. He's 41 years old. He lives in Austin, Texas, a city full of ambition, rising salaries, and silent financial comparison. He's married, 2 kids, soccer practices, school fees, weekend groceries. He works as a senior software engineer at a fast-growing tech company. On paper, Ethan has made it. His job is respected. His income puts him in the top tier of earners in America. According to U.S. Census data, only a small percentage of households ever reach this level. The kind of income people assume solves money problems permanently. But money problems don't always disappear. They just change form. Ethan wakes up early, checks his phone, skims emails before his feet touch the floor. His mornings aren't chaotic. They're efficient, optimized, busy. And somewhere between the first meeting and the last cup of coffee, a quiet tension follows him through the day. It isn't fear, it isn't panic, it's pressure. Pressure to maintain, pressure to keep up, pressure to make sure nothing unexpected breaks the system. Ethan doesn't talk about this pressure. People in his position aren't supposed to feel it. From the outside, his life looks stable, responsible, successful. The kind of life that shouldn't feel tight. And that's what makes this story dangerous. Because when pressure shows up in a life that looks successful, it often goes unquestioned. It gets normalized, rationalized, ignored. Until one day, it demands attention in a language that math doesn't negotiate with. Ethan didn't make reckless decisions. He didn't gamble. He didn't chase luxury. He followed the script most high earners follow. Work hard, earn more, upgrade responsibly, and trust that the numbers will eventually behave. They didn't. And this story isn't about one man in Texas. It's about a pattern repeating quietly across millions of households. A pattern no one warns you about because it doesn't look like failure. It looks like progress. It begins when income rises faster than awareness. When paychecks grow, but systems stay loose. When life gets smoother, easier, and more comfortable, control quietly steps out of the room. Comfort is deceptive like that. It feels earned, deserved, harmless. It doesn't trigger alarms. It doesn't ask for permission. It simply replaces friction with ease, decision by decision, or until the cost of living your life becomes harder to see than the income supporting it. That's when success on the outside starts doing its most dangerous work. It shields fragility. It convinces you that everything is fine because nothing is breaking. Yet, bills get paid, credit scores stay clean. No one is calling. No one is worried, except you, late at night, doing math in your head you never had to do before. This is where most people stop paying attention, because the pressure isn't loud, it's subtle. It doesn't scream, it whispers. It shows up as hesitation before opening an app, as tension before a family vacation, as the hope that nothing unexpected happens this month. And hope is not a financial strategy. If this feels familiar, stay with me. Because what happened next in this story reveals something most high earners never realize until it's already cost them years. It explains why people who look successful can feel one bad month away from trouble, not because they're irresponsible, but because their money structure can't absorb friction. More importantly, it shows how that pressure can be reversed. Not with hustle, not with another raise, not with motivation, but with awareness, structure, and decisions that restore control before the math becomes unforgiving. This isn't a story about losing everything. It's about catching the problem early. While the numbers are still negotiable, while options still exist, and while income can still be turned into something more powerful than comfort. Because pressure doesn't disappear when you ignore it. It compounds. And once you understand how, you'll never look at doing well the same way again. Annual income, $150,000. Credit score, 720. Employer health insurance. 401k match. Stock options. On paper, Ethan is winning. From the outside, his life looks stable. A clean suburban home, 2 cars in the driveway. Family vacations are once or twice a year. His co-workers assume he's set. But Ethan doesn't feel set. He feels tight. Every month ends the same way, checking his account, doing mental math, hoping nothing unexpected hits before the next paycheck. That feeling confuses him, because people with his income aren't supposed to feel like this. Ethan didn't grow up rich. His parents worked hard. Money mattered. Stability mattered. When he finally crossed 6 figures, he believed pressure would disappear. Instead, it just changed shape. Here's the first lie high earners believe. Once I make more money, stress will go away. It doesn't. It just becomes quieter. Ethan didn't increase spending recklessly. He increased it reasonably. A better apartment, closer to work, a safer neighborhood, a newer car with fewer repairs. Private school for the kids. Each decision made sense alone. That's how lifestyle creep works. It never shows up as a villain. It shows up as an upgrade. Lifestyle creep isn't buying yachts. It's replacing friction with comfort. And comfort is expensive when it repeats every month. Ethan didn't feel rich. His life just got denser. More subscriptions, more convenience services, more automatic payments. Streaming platforms multiplied. Food delivery replaced cooking. Ride shares replaced planning. None of it felt dramatic. That's what made it dangerous. Lifestyle creep doesn't announce itself with champagne. It arrives as efficiency, and efficiency, when unchecked, quietly eats cash flow. Have you ever felt your income rise, but your margin disappears? Comment yes or no. Here's what most people miss. Wealth isn't about income. It's about what survives after life happens. Ethan earned $12,000 per month before tax. After taxes, insurance, and retirement contributions, about $8,400 landed. Then life took its share. Mortgage, cars, childcare, subscriptions, insurance, food, convenience. By the time the dust settled, there was almost nothing left to build with. That's paycheck to paycheck, even at $150,000. Or people who retire wealthy track cash flow. Everyone else tracks salary. This is where credit cards enter the story. Not as a mistake, as relief. When cash flow tightens, credit feels like flexibility. A $200 dinner doesn't hurt when it's digital. A $1,200 emergency doesn't feel urgent when it's deferred. But here's the math Ethan didn't inspect. The average US credit card annual percentage rate now sits around 20 to 22% according to the Federal Reserve. That's compounding, monthly. Interest doesn't care that you earn well. It cares that the balance stays alive. Ethan never missed a payment. That's the trap. Minimum payments feel responsible, but they're designed to stretch time, not kill debt. At 22% APR, or a $15,000 revolving balance can take over 20 years to eliminate with minimum payments, costing tens of thousands in interest. This is where the math changes ownership. Interest becomes a quiet landlord, and your future income becomes rent. Then this happened. Ethan checked his year-end summary. Total interest paid that year, $3,200. Not on vacation, not in memories, on interest. That number didn't scare him. It embarrassed him, because nothing was wrong. And that's when he realized the truth. High income had been protecting a bad structure. Ethan didn't panic. He rebuilt. He stopped asking, "How do I earn more?" and started asking, "See, where is my money leaking?" Here's what changed everything. He tracked cash flow weekly. He froze lifestyle upgrades. He canceled low-value subscriptions. He attacked the highest interest debt first, avalanche method. He automated aggressive paydowns. He restored spending friction. Turnarounds aren't emotional, they're operational. As debt fell, margin returned. Stress dropped before net worth rose. That's leverage reversal. Smart money users leverage credit. Others get leveraged by it. Ethan didn't feel richer, he felt lighter. And that's the first real sign of wealth. Today, Ethan still earns $150,000. But now his money works differently. Balance is clear monthly. Spending is intentional. Cash flow is protected. He stopped trying to look successful and started building it. Ima, do you see yourself becoming wealthy someday? If yes, drop your wealth role model in the comments. This story isn't about income, it's about structure. Lifestyle creep doesn't bankrupt people overnight. It finances comfort until freedom disappears. And freedom doesn't arrive with raises. It arrives with control. If this story felt familiar, share it with someone who earns well but feels tight. We post real finance stories every single day, stories that help you escape traps before they close. Subscribe so you never miss the next one that could save you money or make you money. And remember this, money doesn't favor the fast, it favors the aligned. Subscribe, like, drop your comment. Catch you in the next story.